Hi, internet friends. This is freedom. Freedom is the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action. This is a channel where whispers from the unseen, short, quiet moments that loosen the mind and open the heart, are brought to you, the listener. Breathe in, listen, and remember who you are. So today and yesterday, I've been getting a lot of messages. And one of the first, most important messages for many of you, including myself, is an image I picked up on. I was shown, the device that's usually at supermarkets, and you can put the money in, and you can use the buttons to move it, and then you push another button, and it goes down. And if you're lucky, you get a toy or you get something from the machine. So I kept seeing this, let's say, lever or machinery. It, they showed me kind of like picking one thing, not getting it, picking another thing, not getting it, just endlessly picking and picking, and kind of like trying to get the thing. And in the end, it's frustrating, and a lot of it will be frustrating, especially right now. But the important lesson or guidance from that imagery is that in the end, you will get the toy. So there are many, let's say, moments when you don't get the toy or you don't get the thing that you want. You pick and you try and try and you give your best, but you don't get it. But in the end, or somewhere in between, even is, I would say, an even more accurate description, you will get it, and you will push the button at the right time. This is because in that game or in that or with that machine, it's important when you push it and how to position it, how to place it. It's all very important. And luck plays, a part. Somebody, plays the game before you and doesn't get it and shifts the toy or the thing into a favorable position. And now you go and play the game, and you can actually press the button at the right time and get the toy more easily. So this is what I kept seeing constantly. I think many people will resonate with this, especially if you're listening to this, is that right now it can seem very frustrating. You're putting something, or you're trying to choose something, or you're trying to get something, and you're putting it and you're pressing the button, which just doesn't work, or it's not working properly. But it's not a matter of stopping the choosing and stopping the pressing of the button. It's a matter of keep pressing the button until the right moment, the right things, the right people are around you, and you get the toy, or the right conditions even are around you, and you get the toy. And I think this is important for the collective, and for a little while. Um, we need to we need to understand this lesson. We need to basically do it as well, because this is a lot about action, and we're currently in a situation where it's a new moon, and it's a new moon in Cancer, and a lot of it's about to take off, and a lot of it's time to take a lot of action after usually the new moon, and especially with the cardinal Cancerian new moon, there can be a lot of action that is needed to take. So this is why I think that the vision kept popping up for me, and hopefully you will take what you need from this message. Now, the other thing that really that is keeping this has been coming up for a while, and I think for many for many this will resonate. So these dogmas, these ideas, and these beliefs that were given to us a long time ago, um, for some very long time ago, mostly by our parents as, let's say, guiding lights, but unfortunately, very often, what happens in early childhood is the beliefs or the dogmas are just passed down upon you without really having a think or having a feel or having an understanding of what is being done. And this means you will just keep on taking on somebody else's beliefs. As a young child, you're very malleable and you get this belief put on you. Now, what starts happening is you start to believe it, and we all start to believe it. And it turns into a dogma. Very often, it turns into a dogmatic belief or a dogmatic worldview in our brains that we think is ours, and we believe it to such an extent, to a very, very deep extent, that we even forget to doubt that there's anything else out there, that we need to believe it, we need to do this, or else, and this is the big one, or else basically we die or we lose somebody's love, which in childhood equates to death. Because then, if you lose the parent's love, then you're not taken care of, which very well can equate to death as a young child. So there's a fear there. This is one of the reasons why we hold on and believe these things to such an extent. And I think I have a good story about this is let's say, imagine a situation where a woman is very much in a household where there's very strict rules about cleaning the house. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be spotless all the time. And when it is, they get the love from the parent. Usually it's the mother. When it's not, they don't get the love. So a belief is quite easily formed now that in order for me to get love and appreciation, I need to keep everything spotless and extremely clean. Some of you may think even like, what's the big deal here? But the child itself doesn't need everything to be spotless or clean all the time. And this, nor does life. Like, very few situations in life where everything has to be spotless and clean all the time. So the life of the child is spent with this belief. They rigorously clean all the time. They ask, when they get a family or start a family, they ask their spouse and their children to clean and clean and clean all the time without even thinking about, okay, so is this something that is necessary to do? Is this right to do? And one of the biggest things here is when something is not clean or spotless, they have this huge anxiety, this nervousness, this anger even, and they start to lash out on people close to them. too clean and make everything spotless. And until everything is spotless and clean, they continue this pattern without even knowing that this is the pattern. This is the belief that was pushed into them at a very early age. Now, hopefully this little story illustrates what's going on a bigger scale as well. A lot of these beliefs currently, these very dogmatic, very strong beliefs, are coming to the surface. They are for us to solve, for us to doubt, for us to question, to understand if these are really the things we want to be doing, we want to hold on to, or it's more of a it's time to let go of these, because it's actually a feeling, it's a fear underneath where we need to put the attention. It's the feeling of the fear. It's the fear of losing the appreciation or love of the parent. And this is a big message, I think, and I believe. And instead of moving with these dogmas and pains, it's time. It's a very emotional time. It's a good time to actually let go of these beliefs and understandings, and at the very least see them as these strong dogmatic views that were given to us that might not even be ours. And this is this is also extremely painful. This is my heart starts to kind of rapture in the moment I start to speak of it, because these have become very often these have become our identity. So when we attach so strongly to them, it will be very hard to let go of these, first and foremost, because they are us. We feel like this is who we are, this is what we do, and it will definitely hurt, because many of you will start to see how these beliefs and understandings that you keep holding on to keep hurting the people close to you. But also, this is the very important and big thing about this is you will start to see how painful it is. And this new moon in Cancer is definitely a good time to look at, some of these pains and hurts that are associated with these beliefs and the ways that we live our lives, because these are right now, they're on the surface, so we can catch them easily. So this is it. This is today's message from Spirit, from the Divine. Thank you for listening, and I will be here soon.